Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, YouTube, bro? I'm just gonna throw things out there in my YouTube channel. We're just gonna have fun with it, alright? Whatever sticks, we'll do more of if you guys like that. So, that Rick and Morty video, it blew up for at least my channel. It's about to hit 1,000 views and like 10 likes. I really appreciate you guys. That was a fun video to make, and it wasn't my best work, but I do plan on doing another Rick and Morty video every 2 episodes, for the rest of the season, and then talk about the season at the end, with the finale in episode 9. But yeah, I really appreciate the support, guys. Thank you. So we're gonna get into this next video. All right, we're gonna be the ultimate fast food and fast casual restaurant list. All right, it will get heated and controversial. All right, that is something I can promise you here. All right. Um, Obviously here we got S, but cream of the crop. We got A, not cream of the crop, but still really good. B, whatnot. C, I always I stand by this kind of ranking now, right? Because some people like think like C is so bad, right? Like it's better ranking. C is always average for me, all right. B is like above average. A is like really good, and S is like I could eat there the rest of my life, all right. D is below average. F is like bad, right? Like inedible, all right, and then never been. Uh, Believe it or not. All right, let's just start from the beginning. A and W. Shit, man. We're putting this in B. All right, hear me out. Hear me out. I live in Minnesota, okay, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. All right. Most of the A and W's I've been to are B. All right. Now, now. Let me tell you something. I've been to like Mall of America A&W, and I've been to like one in what, Pine City, I believe. But let me tell you something. The one in Superior, Wisconsin, is so good, so good. So if I'm gonna put it in low A, like everything will be above that. But the one in Superior, Wisconsin, is so good. It's like a block away from University of Wisconsin Superior. It's so good. All right. I don't know what about that one is a lot better, but like compared to all the other ones I've ever eaten at, it's so good. All right. But we're gonna move on. There's not much to say. They got they got root beer floats. They got good burgers, fries. Nothing much more to say. All right. This is like a perfect like bottom A. All right. Next we got Applebee's C. All right. Hear me out. Now, does Applebee's have some great deals? Yes. Yes, it does. Alright, well, sometimes. Sometimes I have half apps or unlimited wings, whatever. Now, let me tell you something, okay? This is perfect being in the very beginning, okay? Because it is like the most, like, average place to go to. Have I ever left there like, wow, that was the best food I've ever had? No. Now, have I left there and I was like, that was the worst food I ever have? Also, no, right? So what I gotta say is, it's just right in the middle of the pack. There's nothing bad about it, but there's nothing like great about it, right? Just think about that, right? Now, would I go there like every day in a week? No, never, right? Makes sense. All right, nothing more to say. I have nothing crazy to say about Applebee's, nothing crazy bad to say about it now. My friends, on the other hand, last time we went to Applebee's, they just got something, they just hated it. Alright. So now, boom. Perfect spot. We don't want to spend too long. Alright, we got Arby's next. Now, this is where it could get a little controversial. D. And let me tell you something. Okay? A lot of people would put Arby's in F. Okay? And if my friends are watching this, look. You would probably put this in F. But let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. Arby's here has really good curly fries and they have really good shakes, okay? Now, have I had a sandwich there for a while? No. So, I don't want to rate it F and trigger some people, right? Because, Well, that's for later entries, right? When it gets crazy, right? But all I gotta say is Arby's is D, right? I wouldn't go there. It would never be a choice of mine, but it's not like inedible, right? That's all I gotta say. All right, Auntie Anne's. Look, look. The lowest I can put in is C. So for the C minus, I'd put in C minus. Okay. Now don't get me wrong. I love me a good pretzel. Okay. I do love me a good pretzel. I've gone there many times. But let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something. Whenever any pretzel place I've ever gone to, it sounds so much better. So much better. And then I get like halfway through like my cup of pretzels or pretzel dogs, and I'm like, wow, I just don't want to finish this. Maybe I'm just a bitch. Okay, I'll just come out there and say it. Okay, I'll just come out there and say it. But we're just gonna put it C. All right. Baskin Robbins, never been. All right, never been. Uh, Beefy Brady's, never been. Belly Buster Sandwich Shop. All right, blowjobs. I mean BJ's, never been. Bob Evans, never been. What is this? Never been there. You know what? But so I just moved back into my parents' house, and let me tell you something. I've seen like, if it wasn't this one, it was a pretty similar one of this, right? A YouTuber ranking this, right? And okay, I've seen a Baskin Robbins before. I've never seen like these restaurants before. Like whatever that is, never been there. Never been there. I've never even seen these restaurants before, okay? Some of these restaurants I'm looking at this like these aren't real, by the way, right? These are not real. Okay, that's all I gotta say. All right, Buffalo Wild Wings. This is where it's gonna start getting controversial. Okay, Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm saying either high C or like low B. Okay, and maybe that's not controversial. You know, I'm gonna put it high C because we're talking about average, right? I've yet to have like a great wing, right? In my opinion, like don't get me wrong, I love wings, but at home they've always tasted the best, right? In my opinion, right? I'm not a big wing guy though, so I haven't eaten that out much, right? If I'm going out, I'm never gonna be like, ah, yes, the wings, right? But for wings, right? They have like deals all the time, right? But whenever I get the wings there, I'm never like, man, that was really good. But I'm also like, wow, that was such a waste of money. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm satisfied with it, but I'm never like, wow, that's really great. You know, controversial opinion. I also not a big spicy wings guy, so you know, I'm kind of like a wing larper in a sense. All right, I'm not gonna deny that. I'm just saying. All right, next up on our list, we got Burger King. All right, now I'm gonna put this like below Applebee's. Okay, I don't have Burger King a lot. I haven't had it a lot in general, but the Whopper from there, I did like. Um, but once again, it was just average. Okay, and there might be a lot of average here, but it was just average. Didn't hate it, and I would definitely go there again. I'm also a big eater and a big burger guy. So now, was it like outstanding? No. Was it inedible? Also no. So we're just gonna put that there. Captain D's never been, not a real place. Never been there, not a real place. I have seen a Charlie's before, but I've never been. So I can say that for sure is real. We'll put it above there. All right. Charlie Brown's never been. Never been to a Checkers. What is this? Whatever it is, I've never been there. The Cheesecake Factory, never been. All right. See, this is where it's gonna get controversial. Okay. Really controversial. Like where you're about to put this, you are not ready for it. Okay. And I'm not a glazer, is all I gotta say. Chick-fil-A, and this is gonna be a crazy take, all right? Their waffle fries are really good. The Chick-fil-A sauce is chef's kiss. Now their chicken, D. Wow, kill me, fight me. D. All right. Chick-fil-A is D. Their chicken is just all right. Their chicken sandwiches are just all right. All right. Would I ever, if I wanted a chicken sandwich, go to Chick-fil-A? No. No. I'm just gonna come out and say it. No, I wouldn't. Alright? Never. Unless people were going with me, and even then I'd be like, man, let's go somewhere else. Alright? Look, I would be considered a chicken larper, okay? I'm not a big chicken guy. Alright? I'm more of a beef kind of guy. But let me tell you, I still know what good chicken is. And Chick-fil-A, I actively would choose not to go there, right? See, unlike like a Burger King maybe, right? Where it's like, well, if we're passing by or somebody says it, I'd be down. You know what I mean? If somebody said Chick-fil-A, no, I'm not down. Right? I'm not down. I'll be like, well, what would you be willing to go to this place? Sure. Right? Like, there's an extra layer on the list, and I'll glaze it. All right, I'll glaze it. But I'm a Chick-fil-A. I'm not a hater, but I'm dislike. All right, and I think it's highly overrated. Okay, you know what? There. Never been to Chili's. Heard it's really good, but never been. Chipotle. All right. S. Okay. All right. So my video got corrupted. So I had to go back and I took a picture of what it was before the video got corrupted. And I just started at Chipotle, so Chipotle is S. Alright, we're gonna try to just rush through these just because I already ranked all of them. And yeah. And hopefully I don't misplace any of these. I took a picture of the before and after, so we should be good. But Chipotle's S. Alright. Love it. I used to work there. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I love it. Okay, I love Chipotle. My order is a burrito, white rice, no beans, steak and chicken. And if I'm feeling it, honestly, I might get the special chicken too, whether it be honey chicken or chicken al pastor. Queso if I'm feeling it. Corn, cheese, lettuce, and sour cream. Alright, whip it out there. Kind of like a white guy order, I'm not gonna lie, but it fucking peak, alright? Love chips and queso, chips and salsa, all that, love it. Chips and guac, love it, okay? Perfect in my opinion. All right, Chuck E. Cheese. I've never been to. Chum Bucket. You'll see later. We kind of jokingly put it there. Never been there. Never been there. Cinnabon. Okay, I have Cinnabon and B. Above average. They give you a good big cinnamon roll. Love it. Okay, nothing to complain about there. So you got to take that. All right. Never been there. Never been there. Cold Stone. I have an A. Okay. Now hear me out on this one. Cold Stone A. If you want ice cream, that's where to go. Love Creamery is something I have near me, and I don't know if it's not on here, so I don't know if it's like a everywhere thing. But Love Creamery is overrated in my opinion. I think it's overrated as hell. I don't go there. We don't need all these weird flavors. We need to stick with the regulars, and then we can have weird flavors, okay? But you need the option for those basic ass people, okay? So moving on. Cracker Barrel, never been. Crumble Cookie, okay. I have Crumble Cookie in C. Now let me tell you why I have it in C. It's average. I think the cookies are really expensive, but I've never had a bad cookie there, right? Even though I liked them, right? I've also only had it a few times, so it's kind of hard to say. All right. Culver's S. I will die on this hill. Culver's is the best burger place you can go to, right? I'm not talking about any sit downs or anything, right? Any like full sit downs, right? Because we're not gonna get into that. But in terms of fast food, Culver's is the best you can get. They have the frozen custard, ice cream, great burgers, great butter burgers. Love the fries. Everything about Culver's is so good. It's like the Chipotle burgers, in my opinion. All right, obviously not like the same thing, but really good. Okay, not much more to say. Love everything about Culver's. Fight me, it is S tier. All right, I could eat there every day for the rest of my life. Dairy Queen, Dairy Queen. Okay, I had Dairy Queen and B here. Okay, now, this is not a crazy take in my opinion. All right, Dairy Queen is above average. And I do remember what I was talking about is the ice cream is really good. You know, whether it be the I almost said the McFlurries. You know, um, what is it called? Not a McFlurry, but you get them. Blizzards. That's what they're called. Right? Great. Now, see, the food there is just average, maybe a little above average. But my biggest example is me and my buddy got the flamethrower. And I was telling him, I'm like, if we got rid of the flamethrower sauce, like, this would be, like, no different than a regular burger. Like, I wouldn't rate it any higher or any lower. You know what I mean? Um, or, sorry, with the flamethrower sauce, right? So, you know, nothing like there. Been there, never been there. Alright, Denny's. Denny's, I have an A. Alright. Now, in terms of placement, it doesn't matter. They might change all around, but like in terms of where they are in the rankings, right? But I only went to Denny's one time that I can remember, and I loved it. I'm not a big breakfast food guy. We went there for breakfast because I was dropping out my roommate because he introduced me to that. Loved it. Chef's kiss. It was so good, right? Nothing to complain about there. Um, Food was great. Service was great. Everything. All right, loved Denny's. Weird experience actually. I did not talk about this in the original cut, so I'm glad I actually get to do that. So when we were there though, so I can't make this up by the way. Craziest story. So I'm like, okay, I need to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom. And there's some guy jerking off in the mirror. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding, bro. Actual like fear hole bait, bro. Right. Also, Denny's is featured in the Rick and Morty fear hole episode, and that's one of my favorite episodes of television ever. So, you know, a little biased, but Denny's is great. All right, Domino's. I have at this point in the tier list, I have a D. I don't like Domino's. Not much more to say. Don't like it. Now, is it? Can I still eat it? Yes. Now, but I don't like it. Never been to Dunkin'. Well, I have. Okay, something also I didn't talk about a lot is there's a lot of these places I have been to, but I'm not like geeked about, right? Pollo Loco, never been. Firehouse Brew, and then Five Guys. I did talk about Five Guys in the I have it C hot take. I did talk about it in like the last bit of the video, so we'll cut to that. Yeah, I'll just put. I mean, you'll see it. I'm just gonna put the list up, just the same list over and over again. I'm sorry guys. Um, I apologize for that. The recording just went black. I don't know. Never been. Oh, we were talking about Five Guys. Hear me out. The burgers are overrated. I usually not satisfied after I eat them. Usually I'm like, why I even like get this? The fr- the fries and the Cajun fries are like gas. All right, that's the redeeming quality. All right, we're not gonna spend too much on that. All right, Friendlies, never been. Never been to Firecrackers. Golden Corral, B. All right, high B. My friend that introduced me to Denny's also introduced me to Golden Corral. Literally completely fire. I look, my buddy, two of my buddies didn't like it, but I loved it. I would not say anything bad about Golden Corral. Best buffet place there is that I know of, so nothing to complain about. Way better than Pizza Ranch. I don't know really any other big buffets there are, but Golden Corral is peak. We went there during dinner time, so it was so good. It's just a mix of everything. You can't complain about that. Never been to Greek City. Never been here. Hardee's. Okay. I'd say just like Burger King. Never had a bad experience. Never had a like a great experience though. I used to live like a couple blocks away from one. I went there maybe like a couple times when I first moved in and didn't go again. It wasn't bad. It just like I wasn't my favorite thing. All right, let's get fired up again. Hooters. I've never actually been to Hooters. Never been there. I've been to IHOP, but it's something that I can't really say for sure. In-N-Out. A great burger place, nothing to complain about. All right, it's been a while, but I do remember it being really good. Never been to Jack in the Box, Jersey Mike's, high A. You could even argue low S. I'm just gonna put it in high A. I love Jersey Mike's. It's the best sub place to go. You know, Subway's got nothing on it. Okay, just looking at the rest of the places. Subway. I'm surprised. Wow, Subway's not here. Okay, unless I'm stupid. S. Oh, it's right there. Okay. But anyway, Jersey Mike's, literally like best sub place, fast food sub place in my opinion. All right. Just everything they can put out. The ingredients feel great to eat. Right. They taste great. Everything about it. You know, whole nine yards. Love Jersey Mike's. Now Jimmy John's. That's like the average sub place. Okay. I have nothing to complain about. Never had any bad experiences, but it's just like an average sub place. Johnny Rocket. Never been. KFC. Okay. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna be a hot take since I'm not in the KFC scene. I think KFC is like um highest spot in A or in B. All right, it could borderline A. I just had KFC for the first time probably since my senior year of high school, so like 3 years ago roughly, and that shit was so gas. Okay, that shit was so gas. I had like the Supergirl meal, and that shit was so gas. I would gladly go there If I'm an average chicken place, and people are gonna flame me because I put Chick-fil-A so low. You can't go wrong with KFC in my opinion. All right. Now, might not everybody like it. That might be true, right? But I think it's overall more consistent chicken, better chicken. The sauces I had there were great, right? It was good. All right. Call me a food lorper if you will. Never been there. Never been to Krispy Kreme. I heard that's good. Krusty Burger. That's like the Family Guy one, right? Yeah. No, sorry, not Family Guy. Simpsons. Krusty Krab. S, of course. Crystal. Also, if there's real versions of the Chumbuck and Krusty Krab, I've never been. This is just like me LARPing. All right. Little Caesars. Okay. I'm not gonna make this long. All I'm saying is every time that I've had somebody go, man, why'd you order Little Caesars? This shit's so mid. You you look away for a second, you look back, and they're fucking destroying the pizza. All right. Now you can bat at me and you can say this or that. I'm putting it A. My favorite fast food pizza place, and you can come at me all you want with it. All right. Little Caesars is gas. All right. And everybody that says otherwise, bro, put a Little Caesars pizza in front of them while they're hungry. Not even like starving, just hungry, and they'll fucking destroy it. Okay. Longhorn, never been there. Long John Silver's F, never been there, but we're gonna put an F anyway. Los Pollos Hermanos. This is the Breaking Bad place. That's a real place. I don't know. Never been. Marcos. I also haven't seen Breaking Bad up to that far. Margaritaville. That's in the Mall of America. It annoys me. F. McDonald's. B. All right. McDonald's has more than burgers. The burgers are just okay. I mean, the quarter pounder is great, but you know, whatever. Moe's never been. Mr. Beast Burger. F, just because it would be funny. Nathan's, the hot dogs. Love hot dogs. We're gonna put a C. I've never actually been to a Nathan's restaurant though. Olive Garden. Okay. Okay. High B. Okay. And hear me out. It's above average. Maybe like a 7 out of 10. Right. It's just really expensive. Okay. Now you might say, well, that's just you're doing like a chip bowl, doing putting it like that, right? Because it's expensive, right? Even though I didn't really, well, I suppose I can say that for Five Guys too, but like food to money ratio, it's out there, all right? On the border, that's a weird name for a place never been. Outback, I'm an Outback LARPer. We're gonna put it low B, okay? I went there a few times. I don't have that great experiences with it, cause one time I went with one of my GMs that was like kind of a bad person, and the next time I went there, which was like what 2 years later maybe, I went with my ex-girlfriend, but it was like during the stage where it was like we were like in a bad spot and she was gonna break up with me in like a week anyway. Actually, I think it was like a couple days after this she broke up with me, and she just didn't want to be there, and then we got in this like fight afterwards. It was awful. All right, but the food's always great, so nothing to complain. Never been there. Panda Express, A. Nothing much to say there. Been in only the Mall of America Panda Express because I don't have any by my house. Really good. Nothing to complain about. Love it. All right. Panera. I don't want to rank it low, but like only been there a few times, and it's really not my favorite. Um, it wasn't like bad, but it wasn't good. It was just like middle of the pack in my opinion. All right, Papa John's. Okay, this is weird. I feel like I've been to Papa John's before, but not enough to like say. I've never been there. Pizza Hut. F. I always like mix these up. I want to say it's the other way around, but these two I don't go there enough because I just don't like them. You know what I mean? But one I really don't like, and one I'm like, it's just okay. Matter of fact, let's put them both in F. All right, both ass. Pizza never been there. Popeyes, okay, F. And hear me out on this one. Right, we're kind of cruising through them now. No reason. There's not a lot to say about all of them. Now kill me, crucify me. But the Popeyes I've been to is the Mall of America Popeyes, and the one closest to my house. And dude, the Mall of America one was okay. and the one closest to my house I've only had like bad experiences from. The first time I went there was a week after they opened, and the food was cold, the fries were cold, and we waited in the drive-through line for like 25 minutes. Like it was such a bad experience. The food wasn't good, right? Whatever. I got some chicken tenders, and you're like, well, you're supposed to get the chicken sandwich. So then I door dashed. Like this was like months later. This was recently, probably a couple months ago. Got two chicken sandwiches. Well, we got four because it was like a buy one get one on DoorDash or whatever. And um, they were great sandwiches. Okay, I'm not even gonna deny that. But like, dude, like they gave me like acid reflux, and like it was horrible. And it was just that because I didn't drink any soda or anything before that. Anything like it was, I was just drinking water, and it was awful because like the pepper on it, yuck. And so just horrible experiences. Like I would actively choose not to go there. Publix, Quiznos, never been. Racetrack, never been. All right, this is gonna be crazy. Red Bull, never been. There's a lot of never beens. All right. Red Lobster. I'm not a seafood guy. Never been. Now Red Robin. Okay. B. All right. I've been there 2 times, and and it was really cheap and surprisingly good for how cheap it was. I think I got like a burger, a bunch of fries, and like unlimited refill drink for like $10 or something. Like you can't even do that at McDonald's, right? Which is crazy, by the way, right? But it was pretty good. I also went through with my buddy. Service was great. Everything. Never been there. Never been there. Never been to Shake Shack. Well, I've gotten shakes there. I guess that was good. So we'll go like B. I don't know. It wasn't that memorable. I don't remember. Never been to Sonic. Never been to Starbucks. Steak and Shake. Never been. All right, Subway. Like B. I think it's like above average just because you can make it, but nothing crazy. All right. Actually, forget the Chick-fil-A take. This is my hottest take of the video. This is my hottest take of the video. And I think you're gonna know where this is going. Taco Bell. F. D. Now hear me out on this one. Hear me out. Don't click off the video just yet. Alright, okay. I want to make sure I'm recording the case that this all goes to shit. Alright, we are. Perfect. Alright. I've never had a good thing from Taco Bell. Except the nacho fries. The nacho fries is the only reason it's not an F. I tried. My friends have been geeking over the Crunchwrap Supreme recently. Don't like it. Don't like it. I had it. It was just so okay. Now they also have these like steak bowls. I don't know if they still have them, but they used to have them. Those are really good too. And I got this burrito one time that was pretty good too. But the tacos are awful. The Crunchwrap Supreme, I did not like at all. Right? Like I actively every single time I clown on my friends when they say let's go to Taco Bell. All right, and I'm definitely in this where it's like everybody's like, well, you either like it or you don't like it. I'm very much in the don't like it, and like I actively choose not to go there. Bottom of D, by the way, and you could even argue like high F. All right, nothing there I like. I think it tastes like fast food. Whatever. I'm surprised there's not like a Taco John's here. Okay. But maybe there are some places that I realize that like aren't on here that I might rank like at the end, but we'll get to that. Texas Roadhouse, B. Nothing to complain about there. I don't know. Nothing much to say. It's above average. Never had a bad experience there. I love the is it they give you like toast there, right? Yeah. Yeah, or whatever bread variant they have there. Love that. Never had a bad experience at Texas Roadhouse. Alright, nothing to complain there. Never been to this Friday's place. Never been there. Never been there. Waffle House, never been. I heard it's okay. How about Wendy's? Another hot take. D. Alright. So my ex-girlfriend used to work at Wendy's. I don't know if she still does. I don't go there because I don't like it. When she gave me free food, I thought it was bad. Alright, I thought it was actively bad. Right. Maybe I should move Arby's up to like C. I actually thought it was bad. Like I would not like it. You know, maybe even like F. We'll keep it D. All right, Whataburger, never been. White Castle, look, it's gonna sound crazy. When I was a kid, I remember going there one time and I thought it was fine. Now, have I been there in a while? No. Now, my last experience I had was at home White Castle sliders and at my buddy's house, and they were they were bad. They were bad. I wouldn't say inedible though. All right, I wouldn't say like inedible, or I would actively like hate it if I ate it. So, never been to Wingstop, Zabby's. I've been to 7-Eleven once. It was great, I suppose. All right, now so before we like go over this, I want to add at least one place, Taco John's. Right, and if you don't know what that is, maybe it's just niche, but whatever. Taco John's is B in my opinion. Okay, Taco John's is B. What else are we missing here? Oh, they don't have Noodles and Company. Also like a B. Where I put Olive Garden. Mm, I will move Olive Garden to A. I if Noodles and Company is gonna be B, I'd say that's good. Yeah. Let's look. S. Okay, aside from the bits, these whatever. I'd say that's good. Honestly, let's move Jersey Mike's S. Hot take, not really, but Cold Stone, Denny's, A&W, In-N-Out, Little Caesars, Panda Express, Olive Garden. Now that's a great lineup. Great ice cream, great diner food, breakfast food, great burgers, great burgers again, great pizza, great Chinese food, and then great pasta. Nothing to complain about there. See, this is average. Okay. Buffalo Wild Wings. Okay. Applebee's. Okay. Hardee's. Auntie Anne's. Jimmy John's. Crumble Cookie. Five Guys. I think that's a little high for Five Guys in my opinion, but Cajun fries, I'm like, I'm like kind of allergic to them, but man, they're gas. Nathan's Hot Dogs. I think that's Nathan's Hot Dogs. I'm not gonna search them. It's fine. Panera, Arby's, and 7-Eleven. Okay. I don't have a 7-Eleven where I live, so it's like, well, I don't have it, so it's hard to say. But D, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, Wendy's, White Castle. That's such a valid list right there. F, Long John Silver's never been, but I've heard it's, you just have to. You have to put an F. Margaritaville, they have that cool Rainforest Cafe, whatever, in the Mall of America. I don't know, it just kind of annoys me sometimes. Mr. Beast Burger, just for the bit. Domino's and Pizza Hut, valid, and Popeyes, I already explained that. Perfect. Now fight me on this list. Fight me on this list, okay? I'm a big foodie. Please leave a comment if you disagree with any of these takes. Um, I think you're wrong, but you know, it's okay to be wrong, I suppose, huh? But on a little side tangent to end the video, I appreciate all the support I got on that Rick and Morty video. I do want to try uploading at least once a week, just in general. Not Rick and Morty, but just in general. Um, just because I do like it. I do like doing YouTube, and I really want to get back into it. And well, the Rick and Morty video, if I'm just not gonna lie, getting all that engagement really motivated me. So yeah. I'm gonna try to upload once a week. I think I'm gonna try to upload like one of the weeks, like kind of like a either be whether it be a show or a movie or something, right? Kind of focus on that for one of the weeks, and then for the other week, I want to try to focus on like whether it be like a tier list like this time, or just something kind of like a little more fun, you know. Oh, not that the Rick and Morty thing or the TV shows wouldn't be fun, but something, kind of like this, where we just kind of talk about like food or something. I wanted to do like a hot take one, but that's gonna take a little bit of assembling, and I got work tomorrow at 4 a.m. So it's kind of like whatever. But yeah, so that's this tier list. Leave a comment if you disagree with any of this. If I offended you or anything, leave a comment. I'm excited to see what you guys have to say about it. But all right, be good or something, huh?